Hi, this is James Garden, the CineTechGeek, and I'm at CinemaCon 2016 with Stuart Bowling from Dolby. Now, it's been a massive year for Dolby, with the Atmos taking flight with like 2,000 installs or something, amazing numbers, but specifically the big thing and the big news and the big talk about everything, even at NAB, is high dynamic range, and their Dolby Vision high dynamic range cinema is really looking very impressive, and it's really a lot of people talking about it. So let's start with that, and first of all, how many installations have we got this year?
So this year we're up to 18 domestically in the US with AMC, the 18th actually opening here in Vegas this week. And then internationally in Europe, in the Netherlands, we have 2. We have one in Barcelona, and we have our first one in Austria with Cineplex. There'll be a further 5 from Cineplex that'll come up over the next couple of years. And then internationally in China, we announced a deal with AMC's parent company, Wonderline Cinema, for 100 Dolby Cinemas to deploy in a 5-year period. And then additionally, Jackie Chan Cinemas in Beijing will be having a Dolby Cinema there too.
Now, one of the big topics at this year's CinemaCon, and probably at the International Day, there was a talk about the Cultureplex. And really the big message this year is that piracy and all this disruptive content coming around is not really the issue here, because what cinema is about experience and going to have an experience in new
experience.
And well, Dolby has the ultimate experience right now. So well, that's really the message here that I'm picking up from the show and from Dolby Vision. And in the background, I think these are all the movies that are coming out in Dolby Vision. Is that correct?
These are a combination of titles that have come out and coming. So, in a year since we came here and unveiled the Dolby Vision technology, we're actually up to 38 titles. So that's tremendous support from the studios, every major studio releasing, but then every filmmaker that we bring in, how excited they get to see how amazing their content looks, which is exactly the way they saw it when they were shooting. But unfortunately, today's display devices don't have enough dynamic range, and so they have to discard a lot of that information. And so they're incredibly excited about what we can deliver now.
And I'm excited too, and because I'm from Australia, and I keep asking him when's there going to be an Australian cinema. But luckily they're doing some demonstrations. I'm going to go see some Dolby Vision here while I'm in just before NAB, so I'm extremely excited about that. Seeing Star Wars, I think, would be a perfect show to see. It's the new for The Force Awakens in Dolby Vision. So that's the main thing about Dolby Vision. There's lots of other things that I'll probably talk to Dolby more at NAB. And one of those things, and I'll just visit those issues with you, is that the creation of high dynamic range content, it's very new. And we are all learning how to do it properly.
Yes.
And Dolby, if you want to know how, Dolby has a lot of support and understanding, and people like you will come to talk to certain producers and hold their hand through the experience and how to get to the other side of that. Is that how it works?
Yes.
So what the point here is that if you are a producer and you want to take advantage of these new premium, the best of the best picture quality, so where should they go and what's their first steps?
So we've, in the year we've actually started to proliferate. In the very beginning, we were the only company that could provide that kind of facilitation. Now we've actually deployed Dolby Vision projectors to Technicolor, Company 3 Deluxe, and then also Disney has a Dolby Vision projector on their lot, so they can do color grading, as does Pixar. So basically Technicolor and Deluxe would probably be the first point of contact, and if not, you can come directly to Dolby, and then we'd be more than happy to talk to you. And then if you're in town, either in LA or London, we can actually give you demonstrations of Dolby Vision and take you through the process in either of those locations.
And now my next comment, I want to make it clear to you, as someone, I study a lot about high dynamic range and try and be involved with simply to keep on top of all those issues, is that it's quite a misconception in jumping into high dynamic range. So, for example, I want to make it clear, like Stuart has said, there are facilities which have these grading environments. Do you need to do your full grade in those environments? Not really. Typically, you would do probably a trim grade in those environments. Is that correct?
That's correct. So there's 2 ways you can do this. One is you could have already done your original grade and then do a trim pass in Dolby Vision. Or much like we did with Dolby Atmos, in that you can work in this immersive environment and then create subsets. we built that into our tool set so that you can do your Dolby Vision grade, and then we can also output DCI and sub-deliverables as well.
Yeah, but my main message here is that you do not have to be a tier 1 film to do this anymore. There are paths where you can do, like you could use a resolve sort of system with a suitable monitor, which we get comments from Dolby on, do a good enough grade and do the final trim grade, etc. in that environment.
Yep.
Keeping the accessibility for doing high dynamic range is actually quite low already. And that's one of the messages I wanted to put forward, because if we want to take advantage of these technologies, we need to be well informed and need to talk to each other. You need to talk to Dolby if you want to have a look at it. Give Stuart a call, give Dolby a call, and they will give you different paths depending on your price and your model to get to the Dolby, because it's within their interest, it's within everyone's interest to try and get as much content to these new displays, etc., and high dynamic range as possible.
Absolutely. I mean, we just worked with, I can't name the film, but we just worked with an independent filmmaker, and the entire movie was shot on GoPros. And we were able to create a Dolby Vision grade out of it, so.
All right, that's fantastic, great news. Thank you for talking to me about this, Stuart.
Absolutely.
And we'll move on to audio next, so keep watching. Thanks, Stuart, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Bye for now, this is James Gardner, CinemaCon 2016.